Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. Today I decided to continue on with like the Jaclyn cosmetic stuff that I have in my collection. And today I am wearing the Warm Flushing Golden Goddess. I love the bronzer in this. The blush is pretty, but I just don't think it's my type of peachy color, to be fair. But the formula is amazing. I love these things. And then for highlighter, I'm wearing the Jaclyn Cosmetics Iced. Love this. My favorite. But today I thought, it has been such a long time since I pulled out my Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette that I did. So that's what we're playing with today. How many people still own this? Do y'all have this? Did you purchase it? This is the first one. I have the second one too, and I was going to use it today because, to be fair, I kind of like this color story more, but I find that the formula is a tad bit different in this one than in the first one. They're both still good, especially for like if you consider the price point and all, and they create really pretty looks and they last all day on me. But there is something just a little bit different, but not enough to where I wouldn't use it, you know what I mean? But let's go ahead and get started with this palette. I'm just going to point to the shades we're using because I don't know the names of them. The first shade we're going to go into is this one right here. Is it? Yes, it's this one right here. I will say a lot of these shades, though, kinda look the same in these palettes, but that's kind of like all palettes from Morphe that are huge. It's like, did you really need that many of the same? They're different, sure, but they're kind of the same. But when it comes to neutrals, I don't mind, to be fair, because if I run out of one, I can go to the next one, you know? But for the most part, this is a good starter shade, crease shade, whatever you want to call it. I'm also using the Jaclyn and Morphe brushes today. I love them. They're probably my favorite, to be fair. The brushes in the collabs that she's done, that's definitely my favorite. I think she did a really good job on the brushes. I mean, she did a good job on the palettes too, to be fair, but the brushes are just really good in my opinion. And again, based on price point, they're not like, I'm not going to say they're the same as like Rapper or Wing Goss or any of that, but for what they are, they're good. And if I had to only use these brushes for the rest of my life, I'd be okay with that, to be fair. Okay, the next shade we're going to go into is this one right here. And we're just going to start to darken it up. I think the brushes are my favorite because they're smaller and they just fit my eyes better. There's larger ones in the collection too, but the smaller ones are my favorite. But you can see that we're just darkening it up a little bit. It has been so long since I've pulled these palettes out. It's been so long since I even looked at my Morphe palettes, to be fair. I was looking at them yesterday. I have the Mickey Mouse, the Starburst palette, like all those. Or not Starburst. What were they? Sour Patch Kids. The Lisa Franklin. I've got them all sitting in a box. I forget about them all the time. I shouldn't. Because again, it's not my favorite eyeshadow formula. I'm going to take that same shade and just run it under the lower lash line. But it's not bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with it either, you know? I would say that the two Jaclyn palettes, though, they are kind of up there. If I was ranking palettes and all. And I don't think I would ever get rid of these palettes, to be fair, either. Just because I really do like them. Alright, now we're going to go into this darker shade right here. And we're just going to darken it up now. And I do like the gradient effect with these shadows. And I do like you go from light to dark. But you also have variety. You can create a neutral look. You can create more of a bluish teal look. You can go green. I mean, there's quite a few different options. You can do burgundy, pink. Like, this to me is like your everyday palette, and the second one to me is like your fun palette, if I had to like describe them. In which I think at one point this was probably everybody's everyday palette, which I find interesting. And it's hard to believe that where Morphe is today versus just a couple of years ago. I would have never thought. I guess they grew so fast, they fall so hard. Such a pretty color, though. Okay, then we're going to take this shade right here. It's hard to explain this shade. It's like a brown taupey, I don't know, pinky color. It's really pretty. It's hard to explain it though. And we're going to put it on the lid. I will say this palette is quite old, but even at that, it's performing pretty good. I mean, this palette's got to be five years old at least, 6. I mean, it's pretty old. But it still performs beautifully. Look at that. Look at that. And it does lay on the eyes nicely. To be fair, I mean, Morphe had hit and miss shadows. Almost like ColourPop. I think ColourPop probably has a little bit better of a, well, it has a better formula, but, and their price points are sort of the same. It's just based on like preference and color stories and stuff. But we're going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to line my lower lash line and top lash line. But for that, I need my mirror. And I don't know where I put it. There it is. I found it. But yeah, I mean, ColourPop is good too. And it's definitely one of my favorites. I think everybody just got tired of Morphe because of the codes, to be fair. And I get it. But nonetheless, I mean, there's hit and miss with Morphe. There's hit and miss with every brand. And I don't think anything is like spectacular. But I do think it is good. And I can't deny this is a pretty eye look. And it's a pretty palette just to look at. Okay. And then to finish this line down here. This is kind of a nice brush too to use to line with if you have hooded eyes. The only thing, it's a little bit, the bristles are longer than my rougher one, but the width of it is the same. It's still very thin and very small, and I like that about it. You can definitely get a precise line. Okay, now I'm just going to blend out the lower shadow. Just going back in with that first shade I had laid down there. Okay, and then for inner corner, I'm going to use this shade right here for my inner corner. I feel like I probably should do a no-buy year and use what I have already in my collection, because for real, I forget about all these palettes sometimes. And they're so good and easy to use and easy to work with, like no issues. That I still have the plastic piece that goes on this, but like I sit here and I'm looking at this and I'm like, I think I want to create more looks using this palette. I don't think I could ever pan that palette. Maybe, but I don't think I could. I'd like to. I think that'd be fun. Maybe I use that if I brought it out for like a year and used it on like off days and stuff, and see how much of it I can actually get through in the year. That might be cool. I'm going to use the YSL Lash Clash Black for the top lashes. I use the Tarte Fake Awake in my waterline. And then I'll use the Come Hell or High Water by Kelly Ray for the lower lashes. And then we will be done. If I don't mess up, that is. But we all know the chances of me messing up or not messing up are about slim to none. So at some point here, told you, I'm going to mess up and then have to clean it up. But hey, that's okay. Not too bad of a mistake there. And while I was going through the makeup yesterday, we rearranged my ColourPop palettes and stuff, and I was moving like Super Shock shadows and the blushes around. I found some of my NARS little lip kits, and that's what I'm wearing today. I can't wait to show you. I really like this particular color. I forgot I even had them, to be fair, which is not good. But they're still good. Still smell good. Still worked good. So that's a plus for me. Alright. I will clean that up in just a minute. So for the rest of the face, I'm wearing the Natasha Denona face glow. I'm getting through it. The concealers in Natasha Denona, I set with the Cloud Set in my T-Zone by who? Kosas, yeah, in Breezy. And then the rest of the face, I used my Lawless in Light. The bronzer, the blush, I already told you. The highlighter, I already told you. So the lips now is this set by NARS. And I don't know where I put the lip liner to it at. but it comes with one of the chubby pencils. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. It's this one right here. And this one here is called Sex Machine, but I also have this one here in Dragon Girl. So I definitely like this one right now. I think this would be good, maybe Dragon Girl, maybe spring, summer. I don't know. I don't know when if I would ever even use it, to be fair. I don't know. But I really do like this here. It's got the pencil. The lip pencil's nice. It works well. And then, of course, I like their lip glosses. I've got lots of their lip glosses. And then I think that's it as far as the face goes, right? I'm trying to shove this back down in the box. It's not going. Maybe it goes like that. There we go. Keep it together so I can't lose it. Alright, let me clean up this mess now that I made over here by just brushing it away. That's what I mean. I'm not surprised about any of this with Morphe and the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I'm sad about it because, I mean, we can all not agree with things people have done and stuff, but when you just look at the makeup part of it, like, it is good makeup. Is it the best? No, it's not. None of it is. I mean, there's always going to be something better, and there's always going to be something different for every person's preference, skin tone, age, whatever. But is it bad? No. At the end of the day, does it look pretty? Yeah, it does. Like, I think this is a really pretty eye look, and Morphe is a very, you know, affordable brand. And yes, some of their palettes suck. Some of their things suck, you know, foundations, concealers, all that stuff. But sometimes it's a banger, just like with any brand. But I was glad I pulled that palette back out. Let me know if you have that palette, if you never purchased either one of them, if you did purchase one or the other, if you got rid of it, it'll declutter, or if you still even use it. Because even if I didn't have any palettes, I feel like I don't think I still would hit pan in this. Maybe. If this was the only palette I had, maybe. But I kind of really, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I kind of want to play with it again. I kind of feel like I can create some really pretty looks, and it'd be a little different even if I go, I don't know, I just kind of really want to play with this again. It's weird. But I also want to play with number 2, and I might play with it tomorrow. Even though I feel like I said, this one here to me is definitely more spring summer friendly, and the other one's more fall winter friendly. But, you know, you can wear whatever you want whenever you want. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And I will see you in the next one. Would you like to say anything? My granddaughter's in the room. Usually nobody's allowed in the room, but I allowed her this one time to be in the room. As long as she was quiet. She did pretty good, I must say. I heard a little bit of rattling. Just a little bit. But she didn't do too bad. So, oh, she does want to be in it. She was laying on the bed. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.